Greetings and salutations, people of the internet. This is Master RBG. Now, I'm no stranger to dungeon crawling roguelite games. You run around killing monsters while looking for the stairs leading to the next floor, or the exit to the dungeon itself, all the while managing your items and health of your party. But I can't help but feel that there's something missing from these games. Something important. Something vital. Oh, I know. Capitalism! Being proclaimed a hero is nice, but they don't exactly get a 401k if you know what I mean. So, where is the dungeon crawler that lets me unleash not only my sword skills, but my business acumen as well? I want that paper, those ducats, that cash money, dollar bill, y'all! Well, I found just such a game, and today I'll be reviewing it. Today I'm going to be reviewing Moonlighter. Now, this game does share some elements with more traditional RPG and dungeon crawling fare. You control a young lad who seemingly is all alone in the world, who is tasked with saving his home. But, not by destroying some demon lord or anything like that, no. By saving his home, I mean revitalizing the town economically. Some heroes inherit fancy swords or destinies. You inherit a shop. A shop in a formerly prosperous village that grew around these dungeon portal things. I would explain more, but that'd be spoiler territory. But that's okay, you'll explore the dungeons at night, when the best loot is dropped, of course, and then by day you'll sell what you found for top dollar, or whatever the market will bear. More on that later. So after being handed an old training sword from a friend of your parents, you get to visit your first dungeon, and honestly, it goes pretty well, all things considered. You get your tutorial, get a nice little map, which should come in pretty handy for future dungeon crawling purposes. Okay, so let's go ahead and head into the dungeon, shall we? Now that we are 1, actually armed properly, and 2, actually know what we're doing. Good times. Okay, gonna head off to the right, because why not, and oh dear. Okay. Awful lot of enemies in here, but it's not as bad as during the tutorial that I showed you earlier. It's okay. We're doing fine. See? That wasn't so bad, now was it? Though, the room's a bit of a mess, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, properly looted. Let's move on to the next room. Really? Really, that's it? Just these two? That's easy. There we go. Make sure to get the little pots. Break up the rocks because old habits from Legend of Zelda die hard. What can I say? Let's see. Okay, not a whole lot going on here. Just these two. Ooh, good loot though. Very good loot. Okay, that's not bad at all. Oh, by the way, some of the loot actually requires it to be placed in a certain portion of your bag. Don't ask why, it just does for some reason. Your guess is as good as mine. Think I'll go left this time? Oh dear. Okay, well that's a lot more of a challenge. I can do it though. Got the eye of the tiger. Woo! Nailed it. Ooh, got some good items here. Oh yeah. This should make me a tidy profit. Very tidy profit indeed. Now I should mention that the dungeons are randomly generated, to an extent. Some elements will always be there, but their location changes around depending. For example, the first dungeon always has a boss room. It'll be the same boss each time, by the way, so no worries. And one healing natural springs room. The rest of the dungeon's layout is completely random and can pull from any of its biome's monsters. Oh, by the way, various dungeons have themes, and by association, theme monsters as well. So, don't expect like a lava monster to show up in the stone-themed dungeon, because it's not going to happen. But enough about the regular bits of this roguelite. Let's talk about the aspect of this game that makes it unique, and gives it a unique twist to this genre, shall we? When you return home from adventuring, it's time to set up shop and open for the day. You set up by placing various items you collected from your travels on the available table space in your shop. You also set prices, and this is where things can get pretty interesting. You can put your items on sale for pretty much whatever price you want, but that doesn't mean that any of your customers will actually buy it for that price. Whenever a customer inspects your merchandise, they'll show different reactions to the price. If they get angry, then you know your price is way too high. If they get super happy and have gold coins in their eyes, then you know you sold it for way too low of a price. It's a bit of a guessing game early on, but you'll get the hang of it eventually. Now, you've sold your findings and have all this gold on your hands, but what is an aspiring adventurer/entrepreneur to do with it all? Early on, you won't have many choices. You can either expand or improve upon various aspects of your shop, or you can put the money towards improving the town and enticing various other merchants to join the village. And of course, they in turn sell things to you, or make previously useless items you found in the dungeons into valuable weapons, potions, or other useful gear for your dungeon exploring shenanigans. Now personally, I'd go with getting at least one of the 2 beginning merchant options into your town first. That way you can either get more healing potions, or get better gear early on. You'll need one or the other to take down the first boss anyway, unless you feel like turning it into a Dark Souls style affair, in which case, by all means, go ahead. Now, on the subject of equipable gear, you'll really only need it for the first boss in the starting dungeon. Because the regular rooms, those you can handle on your own with your default setup. Although, every little bit helps, I suppose. Of course, once you get out of the first dungeon and start going to the other ones, you're definitely going to need more armor to survive. Just trust me, you will. So, do remember that, and try and save some gold for after you've beaten the first dungeon, huh? Now, there's also a plot about the mystery behind these dungeons, which is told in bits and pieces of books and notes left behind by, well, dead scientists and explorers, but if you want to know more about that, you'll just have to get the game for yourself. Now, I ended up enjoying this game way more than I expected to, and would give this a pretty darn solid recommendation to any fans of action RPGs, or roguelike fans in general. And if you've ever been on the fence about getting into the roguelite dungeon crawling genre at all, this would probably be a really good starting point for you. I should also quickly mention that you can alter the difficulty level of the game itself, but it's advised by the game's own creators to keep it at its default hard setting. Although if you're having a tough time with the first boss, like maybe you're trying to fight him with no armor or potions handy, then maybe you should save, exit, and switch to easy mode before going into the dungeon to face him. Just a thought, word to the wise. The game currently runs for about $20 and is available on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch. And I'd say it's well worth the asking price. You'll certainly get your money's worth out of it, that's for sure. If they ever make a sequel to this, I would absolutely love to see them explore the idea of building not just the store, but maybe expanding your business into a franchise. You know, you could enlist other adventurers into gathering materials for you, or getting other NPCs to run your other shops. That could be pretty awesome if they played it right, and with these guys, I think they could make that work pretty well. Unfortunately, that's all the time we got for this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed making it for you. If you'd like to see more of my nonsense in the future, hit that subscribe button. If you'd like to be the first to be notified the moment I post any new content, hit that notification bell. And if you'd like some suggestions for other videos made by yours truly, then how about these? Over here, you can check out my review for Fight and Rage, a side-scrolling beat-em-up in the vein of Double Dragons. And over here, you can check out my previous abridged Let's Play for Yoshi's Crafted World. It got kinda weird, but you'll have to see for yourself. Anywho, that does it for me this time, guys. This is Master RBG, signing off.